How's it going, everybody? This is going to be a quick update and an urgent update on what is going on with Franklin Armory and their Title I firearm. So many of you might not be aware, but recently Franklin Armory put out a notice saying that they will be supporting a mass action lawsuit against the California Department of Justice, and they are contributing $100,000 to the mass action lawsuit. So why this is so important is because there is going to be a deadline on individuals like me and you being able to have standing on this mass action lawsuit. And the deadline is at the end of this month, so you really only have about over a week to get into this lawsuit. And how you have standing in this lawsuit is by putting a deposit down with Franklin Armory for a purchase of a Title I firearm. This video is just primarily to give you guys notice that there is a clock ticking on your ability to put a deposit down on a Title I firearm and to get in on this mass action lawsuit. And so I'll go ahead and put a link down in the details and also pin a comment to Franklin Armory so that if you are interested in not only putting a deposit down to get a Title I if this goes our way, but also to help show the California Department of Justice and help show the court that's going to hear this case that a lot of California residents, a lot of individuals here in the state of California are interested and want to get our hands on these firearms. We should be able to get our hands on these firearms, but because of what the California Department of Justice is doing, we are prohibited and prevented from being able to do that. So if you're not aware what the Franklin Armory Title I or an other firearm is, essentially what it is a firearm that is not a rifle, it is not a pistol, it is not a shotgun, it is an other. So the Title I firearm that Franklin Armory created is lawful and can be possessed in the state of California, but the California Department of Justice has prevented them from being able to transfer those items to individuals like me and you who are and have been seeking to purchase them. And why this has happened is because the California Department of Justice, as far back as last October, has been saying that they were going to update the DRO system and add on the drop-down menu and other classification. But since then, the California Department of Justice has failed to do that, effectively preventing individuals like me and you from being able to purchase these and effectively preventing Franklin Armory from being able to sell them to us. Along with this, as the California Department of Justice has been delaying the action of adding the other into the drop-down menu, the state of California went ahead with a budgetary summary and the budgetary process directly targeted and is now trying to prevent the sale and possession of other firearms. The state of California is now going to give a substantial amount of money to the California Department of Justice to directly prohibit these types of firearms. And they actually, through this weird budgetary summary, are almost trying to do a legislative process where they are retroactively trying to ban the possession of other firearms. So I know a lot of you are interested in other firearms, Title I firearms, the Franklin Armory product. And so my recommendation is if you are even considering maybe one day down the road that you may want another firearm or you might want to buy one of these from Franklin Armory, I highly recommend you go ahead and put a deposit down with them. I've put multiple down with them. I know a lot of people are putting multiple orders in with them just in case something were to happen with this court case where a court could say something like the California Department of Justice is violating the Second Amendment and is not doing their duty by adding the drop-down menu, and any individuals who put a deposit in before this deadline should be able to be sold a Title I by Franklin Armory. There could be something like that happens. We really don't know. It really just depends on what exactly the complaint says and the process of the court. Many of us in California are very familiar with what can happen with a lot of these Second Amendment cases, but this is a good cause to get behind to support not only a company who's been really active in trying to help California residents get their hands on firearms and firearms that we typically can't have here in the state of California, but it's also a good way to fight against the California Department of Justice and support those who are fighting against the California Department of Justice, who is always actively trying to restrict our Second Amendment rights here in the state of California. So if you know any California gun owners, or if you think anybody would be interested in supporting this cause, in trying to get a Title I firearm from Franklin Armory, anything like that, go ahead and share and spread the word so people know that they need to get in on this before the end of this month. Also, Franklin Armory came out with a video, a notice on what they are doing with this action, and I'll go ahead and also put a link in the details to that video from Franklin Armory as well. So as always, thanks you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And never forget, a nation that draws a great distinction between its scholars and its warriors will have its laws written by cowards and its wars fought by fools.